So these are my year two predictions for this weekend. Year two games, I thought. Obviously, we just had midweek games. Obviously, we've still got one more midweek game to play in Notts County versus MK Dons. So again, it's all about the next set of games this weekend in year two. As the one in does kick in year two in the race for automatic promotion, the crazy rates for automatic promotion, and even the DAP on the playoffs is now closing again. So starting off then with Cheltenham versus Doncaster. Cheltenham got nothing to play for. Can go two ways, can it? Can either chop their performances or they can play with freedom. While Doncaster, I just think Doncaster are the better team. They're chasing automatic promotion and they need the points more, so I don't think a 3-0 win for Doncaster at Cheltenham. Up next, Walsall versus Port Vale. Obviously, that's a 6-pointer in terms of the ways for automatic promotion, and I fancy Port Vale. I do fancy Port Vale to get the win 1-0 against Walsall. It's this time of the season where Darren Moore's teams, he did it with Sheffield Wednesday as well, where they just come alive, don't they, at the back end of the season. And Walsall, when's the last time Walsall got a win? I can't remember the last time Walsall got a win. They're still not automatic promotion places, probably by the skin of the teeth, in my opinion now. But yeah, don't for Port Vale to win 1-0. Be a tight game though, will be a tight game. Tranmere, Chesterfield chasing the playoffs, while Tranmere obviously almost safe now. They're almost safe, but they did use last night to Holiday. While Chesterfield did beat my team, Carlisle United 2-1 in the most 2-1 battering you will ever see. It was ridiculous. The amount of shots Chesterfield had and the amount of shots on target as well. And it was only 2-1. And by the way, they only scored their 2 goals, in the last 15 or so minutes. And we got a conciliation through Joe Hoodale as well. And but Tranmere, I will say that Tranmere are probably better defensively than Carlisle, in my opinion. Chesterfield, I think they'll always concede a goal. I think they will concede Chesterfield, but I think it'll be a tight 1-1 draw, in my opinion, which will still be a good point for Tranmere. Wimbledon versus Howard. I think Wimbledon should win that game. Howard have nothing to play for, despite they did beat Tranmere and Wimbledon. Then Wimbledon chasing automatic promotion. Bit of a poor result away at Swindon, which was probably a winnable game for FC Wimbledon. So I think Wimbledon will win 3-0. Up next then, Bradford versus Crewe. Another 6-pointer, isn't it, for both teams in terms of Bradford for automatic promotion and Crewe in terms of the race for the playoffs. Tight one's call. Bradford not been getting the results recently, have they? Obviously, I think it was 12 points away at Appleton, in my opinion. That was 12 points for me. And then, obviously, the defeat to Port Vale as well, which was a 6-pointer again, wasn't it? Let's be real. And then all of a sudden, I'm now looking at Bradford thinking, well, are they really good enough to go up, in my opinion? Were they just lucky in terms of the one they've been on? And it'd be interesting. I think Bradford are in the way stuff for the automatic places. It's probably going to be between them and Walsall for the final place, in my opinion. Because I do look at Port Vale and Doncaster. They've got they've got the bit between the teeth now, in my opinion, as most Doncaster did towards Walsall. That can still be seen as a good point for Doncaster because he's still keeping them in trots and wins. And for this game, Crewe are this weird team, man. But Lee Bell and Crewe, they always know how to find out results. So I don't feel a 1-1 draw in that one between Bradford and Crewe. I just think the nerves will start to show now, in my opinion, the tension. as well. Up next then, Bromley versus Accrington. Accrington got nothing to play for. Bromley got 1-1 draw away at Newport. Again, that was a bit of a dead rubber game as well. So I just done for a simple 2-0 win for Bromley at home to Halliday. Ourselves, Carlisle at home to Newport. Newport haven't got a good record at the front park, but to be fair, neither did Bradford. So it'll probably be the best time for Newport to win at Punton Park, in my opinion, for quite a few years now. I can't remember the last time they did win at Punton Park. It's always the same with us when we go to Newport. We just have a terrible record at Newport as well. We got nothing to play for now. We are all but down, which is disgraceful in my opinion with the budget we've got. So that we're going to be playing National League next season. Well, Newport, again, they got nothing to pay for either. So it wouldn't shock me if we win, to be fair. It wouldn't shock me if we win, even though it would be a win that would mean nothing for Carlisle, in my opinion. I don't know. I don't feel 1-1 draw. I don't feel 1-1 draw in that game between us and Newport. I just think both teams got nothing to play for. Newport just trying to finish as high as they can in the lead, while we have nothing to play for. We're all but down. Colchester versus Notts County. I don't for Notts County to nick that game 1-0 against Colchester. Bit of a 6-pointer, isn't it, in terms of the way to the playoffs between the two teams. I think Notts County will exit 1-0. I look at Colchester. I still think they're lacking something to be in the playoffs for me. But they've done well this season, Colchester. They've done well. They're definitely overachieved for me, especially with the problems they've got at the top of the football club as well. Up next then, Fleetwood versus Swindon. Fleetwood are stormed out of fun recently, haven't they? So I think Fleetwood will win this game then. Swindon, I think they'll win 2-1. Then it's a bit of a nothing game really. Fleetwood just trying to close that gap on the playoffs. I think they'll just miss out, Fleetwood personally, while Swindon just have nothing to play for. Twinsbury versus Morecambe. Twinsbury are going to be who are in the race for the playoffs. Morecambe still trying to close that gap on Tranmere, but I think it's going to be more of a difficult game for Morecambe, in my opinion. I know Twinsbury lost the Crew, but I wasn't really shocked by that because Crew always seems to get results in these big games. Twinsbury against Morecambe, I think Twinsbury should fancy the chances. I think they've got a pretty decent record against teams at the bottom as well. Obviously they beat us. I think they drew with Tranmere. So I don't see Twinsbury using, in my opinion. And I think Twinsbury will get a 1-0 win, a tight 1-0 win over Morecambe. MK Dons versus Barrow, again, nothing game for me. That's a nothing game. Both got nothing to play for. I think there'll be goals in that game. 2-2 draw for me. And finally, Salford versus Gillingham. Gillingham have nothing to play for, so I do expect Salford to win that game. And Salford can still get in the playoffs, still got a chance to get in the playoffs. And I don't feel a 1-0 win to Salford. So then my year 2 predictions for this weekend. Feel free to leave your predictions down below in the comments. And take care, stay safe, and see you all in the next set of predictions.